Hello and welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos, D&D podcast set in the world of Fierlor. It is mid-December at this point for anyone watching this as it comes out. So that's a fun little tidbit. It's still August for us, barely, but still August.
Darby's laughing because he knows that I'm taking psychic damage every time he says it.
So, I don't believe we have any additional plugs other than, if you like the show, show it. Like it on whatever platform that you're listening to it on. Thumbs up, rating, whatever it is. And share it. Share us around so that more people can hear us. If you want to go the extra step, or you just want some cool merch or some cool homebrew mechanics, we have the Redbubble and we have the Patreon, respectively. Patrons also get early access to episodes and my DM notes at some point after arcs are finished. So, without further ado, let's jump into another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos. And we're back. So, where we last left off, the party dealt with the dreaded meat dungeon, where Bertie just wiped the floor with all the aberrations coming for them in the vault of the Elder Brain. The Elder Brain, which Bertie managed to, with one perfectly timed critical strike, pumped full of smite damage and eldritch magic, just run straight through with his sword. And in fact, it wasn't until the Dread Magister himself showed up until Bertie was actually challenged by something. However, in the process, when Dread Magister Alex arrived, he proceeded to power word kill Sam. But Neumann, fortunately, was right nearby and had a scroll of Revivify and successfully was able to use it to bring him back. So after the defeat of Zelek, the party ran out of the quickly collapsing dungeon and flew under the invisibility provided by Sam on the back of Zoot Zoot's draconic form back to base. Which, with their return, is where we're gonna rejoin the party this session. So is there anything anyone wants to do?
Well, everyone got a bit fucked up in that fight.
Yep. Bertie was one round from having his brain eaten.
Yeah,
we
real
all
fun.
we all got pretty thoroughly walloped, as one might say, by a collection of meat beings. So I guess, where does Zoot Zoot land? Because I can't imagine it's a very chatty dragon ride home.
It would most likely be the biggest area closest to the tavern that we've been staying at. We're invisible, so there'd be no giveaway. And then he would just shrink down as soon as everyone was off him. So Darby can decide where that is.
Yeah, it's fairly easy for you to collectively land basically right outside the tavern.
Okay, Ross is going to help, probably with Neumann, help everyone else off Zoot Zoot, and she's trying to be like very encouraging at the same time and just kind of being like, it's okay, we're done now. We're all good, right? We can all take a breather. We can all just breathe for a bit, yeah? Like just helping everyone and all that. Very quietly, she is also going to pat Zoot Zoot and just be like, who I believe is small again now, and she's going to just be like, thanks, buddy. Sorry I still don't like heights. And she's going to continue being like, okay, I can handle the debriefing. Who needs alone time? Who needs to just go to their room? I can make sure no one asks after you.
Anya, pretty much as soon as she was helped down off of Zoot Zoot, she slumps onto her back into the dirt and is just like breathing. Like she's clearly okay, like she's not injured or anything, but she's just taking really deep breaths and not labored, like it's very clearly calculated. But she's just laying there. She's probably got her knees up and she's got her hands like on her diaphragm. And she's just taking really deep breaths and she's got her eyes closed.
Okay. Bertie, are you... Are you with us?
Yeah, we're back now, so that's good. Yeah.
Do you need alone time or do you need people?
I'll probably go back to my room. It'll, be good. I kind of restrains himself. He's covered. We're all covered in
In goop.
Brain gunk. He kind of just like shakes his head a bit, and kind of like adjusts, like, because I think he had like I can't remember if I did that last session. He has like he readjusts the shield so it's on his back, and then it's kind of like squares up his shoulders again, like he's trying to like work out some tangle as well. So it's like, yeah, I'll go back to my room. Job
Okay.
well done, I guess.
Anya, as Bertie sort of goes to walk off, she'll probably reach out and clasp his ankle, not hard, but just very gently. And she doesn't verbally say anything, but she does cast message as a cantrip to him. And she's like, Bertie, it doesn't have to be now, but I need to know that can we talk soon?
He kind of like he stopped, of course, when Anya touched his ankle, and he kind of like tilts his head so he can look down at her. Not that that makes a difference to Anya, because I just remembered she doesn't have a contact in, but that's what
Her
he
eyes
does.
are also
that other
still
people can
closed.
see.
Yeah.
He takes a couple of moments because I checked his spells and he actually no longer has message himself. So after a couple of like moments, he then opens his mouth and just very quietly is like, "Yeah, we can talk. Will you be okay for a bit?"
I don't want to... Don't take this the wrong way. And she's messaging this as well. She's got it as a cantrip.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be... I don't want to be without you for too long right now.
Yeah, no, that's okay. He says out loud but quietly. And then he just sort of nods. He's like, I got to clean off. Yeah.
Me too.
But yeah, I'll go find somebody to clean and then I'll whenever you want to talk, we can do that.
Anya releases his ankle.
Excellent. But again, kind of does that, readjust his posture, then kind of with his head down, like trudges purposefully, but like he's very cowed, I guess, as he goes back inside to go and go find his room.
I do want to note that it would have been his tattooed angle that she would have grabbed at.
Yeah, I figured.
Because it makes the most sense.
yeah, definitely. I like that.
That's cute. Neumann, good job out there today.
Yeah, thanks. A lot of stuff happened, but hey, we pulled through as a team. But I really need to have a shower right now. I'm feeling pretty disgusting. Actually, do any of you have anything to help me right now, magic-wise? Because I don't, and I'm feeling very gross. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I was like in the firing line for all of that, and also, the blood dripping from my head isn't very pretty either. So
Yeah, no, come here, and she reaches out as if to and she just kind of burps his face, puts both hands on his face and prestigitations all the blood off his head, and then we'll probably as if dusting off his clothes, we'll do the same for decent amount of it.
No, thank you. He's also saying this as he's bandaging his head as well. Also, I'm still going to have a shower, but after that, could I possibly get one of you to help me with some identify spells? Again, I don't have that at the moment. I could do it in the morning, but I don't particularly feel like doing anything else for the day, and I thought that would be pretty good.
I don't have anything like that. Bertie might. So maybe once he's cleaned off a bit, you can go and knock on his door. He seems to enjoy when you come to visit.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, is Bertie still here, or?
Unfortunately, he did duck out.
That's
he's
fine.
gone to
That's
his
fine.
room. Yeah,
Is that one Savage Garden song? He's walking away.
We can say for convenience for you, Jake. Bertie is an elf. He has not left the room, so his ears kind of flick in Newman's direction, and he kind of turns around and calls out. It's like, yeah, I can identify stuff for you. If it's urgent, I can do it now. Or
it is not urgent. There are much more urgent things.
Cool. Yeah, we need to get the meat off us, I guess. The meat that doesn't belong on us anyway.
At least we've dealt with it now and not later, and not being surprised by it as well. So
no,
I think we made the right choice.
And he kind of nods in the doorway, not smiling, but he just looks very serious. He's like, yeah, no, good job everyone. We did it. So, good teamwork.
Cool. Well, if no one else needs Neumann, he's off to the showers. He might give Sam a pat on the back before he goes, though. And then a I see you kind of signal. He means it in a way it's like, I want to talk to you later. But I'm not sure if it comes across that way. So...
Hey, I brought you back to life. Now I'm going to threaten you.
Yes. Roll me a persuasion check to see if it comes across right.
Persuasion. How am I at persuasion? That's an 8. Yeah. I guess it comes to us that I'm watching you. I guess. Yeah. Cool. Well, no, I'm looking out for you, Sam. Yeah. I'm looking out for you. Anyways, that's what Neumann goes.
Ross kind of puts her hands on her hips, looks down at herself, prestidigitations off the worst of the meat, and then kind of inhales, exhales, and turns to Sam and goes, "Hey."
Hey.
So... do you need to...
Anya lets out a huge sigh. And then she's like, I shouldn't be here for this.
Anya, we're outside. Nothing's going to...
No, I shouldn't be here for this, nor do I necessarily want to be, unless either of you need like a person present, in which case I will just lay here and continue breathing.
Do what you want?
That's... I'm going to stay on the ground. If it gets to a point where you want me to leave, or that I feel I need to leave, I will do so quietly.
Thank you for your consideration.
For the record, I most likely would have heard the whole thing anyway, so...
I'm aware, Anya.
It's like I'm not even here. And she goes back to just breathing.
Ross sighs, takes a step closer to Sam, and says, she can definitely still hear this, but do you need to be alone right now?
I don't think so, no.
Insight check. I don't trust him.
Alright, roll me an insight check.
Oh shit, that's bad.
That's okay, because Anya's here and also is rolling inside.
Alright.
I should have gotten Sam advantage.
Anya rolled a 30.
Okay, so Ross can't see through the blood on Sam's face to work out what he's feeling. Anya can read his soul just by aura.
Yeah, he had much like I had Neumann roll persuasion. I had Sam roll persuasion. I rolled a nat 20. It still was not enough to beat Anya's 30. So Anya, you pick up he's being truthful.
Okay.
Ross, you have no idea.
Anya waits to see what Ross does before any form of anything, but she's going to continue to lay there and be nosy in the meantime.
Okay. Can I at least clean you up?
Sure.
Come on, come here. She prestidigitation sim to get rid of
Yep.
most of the goop.
Thank you.
And then... Do you... Okay. Do you want to be with me for the debriefing? You don't have to say anything.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Okay, and then you can go clean yourself up proper. And I'm gonna bring you some food. And then we're gonna talk, okay?
Yeah, that sounds
I'm
like
warning
a
you
plan.
this time.
It's appreciated.
Alright. Alright, come on. Let's go talk to Promise. And she's actually gonna grab him by the hand to pull him inside and
Okay.
go do that. And as she walks past Anya, she is just gonna like look at her and just let out a tiny sigh. And just through the earrings is just going to be like, don't say a goddamn word.
Anya, through the earrings, is just like, sometimes you're like me in good ways, too.
Thank you. And then Ross is gonna go take Sam to talk to Promise and Yadel and tell them about the meat dungeon.
All right.
Anya stays laying in the dirt for the next 15 minutes, by the way, until she has the emotional strength to get up and go have a shower.
Fair. There probably isn't much need to roleplay out the debrief, unless you feel the need to, because it's just it's just telling Promise what the listeners have already
Yes.
seen.
For note, since again we don't need to RP it, but Ross would be once again doing her prim, proper professional stance, but she is holding on to Sam's hand the entire time, and also halfway through, when it comes to the actual like combat stuff, she starts getting very antsy and starts doing like the Neumann resume speed rundown of everything that happened, and it does play out as if she were recounting a D&D combat where she's like, and then Anya did this, and Neumann did this, and Bertie did this, and I did this, and Sam did this, and blah 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 blah. But it's like very, very fast.
Okay.
And we finish the debriefing, and she's going to force Sam to go take a shower, and then put her hands on her hips and look a bit useless, and then go clean herself off a bit more, and then go and organize to get everyone food.
Okay.
That's what she does for a bit.
I guess after her shower, Anya makes her way up to Bertie's room, and she like quietly knocks on his door.
Oh, yep. You hear some footsteps. Oh, you hear everything that Bertie's doing at that precise moment. And you hear some footsteps, and Bertie opens the door.
What appropriate timing.
Yeah.
Um,
Darby's door opens. Yes.
was it Anya, Darby?
No.
She kind of stands a little awkwardly in the doorway, and she's kind of a little bit wrapped in on herself in a way that is somewhat unfamiliar. And she's like, can we, are you comfortable if we go to the roof? It's kind of my spot here, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. That would be, yeah, we can do that. And he kind of just like, sort of, like raises his head back a bit, and then is like, okay, yeah, we'll lead the way. And Bertie's like, he's obviously take his armor off, and like he's just in like a shirt and just the pants, the trousers that he wears. He's currently barefoot, but yeah.
Anya, I'm not sure whether this would take Bertie by surprise or not, but she actually kind of hustles past him through the doorway and then goes out of his window, kind of sits on his windowsill, reaches her hands up to hold like the top of the window, and then does that acrobatic thing where they like flip themselves onto their stomach. So she does that, and then she reaches a hand down to sort of help him.
Bertie
like,
then
to give him a hand to pull him up.
So Bertie like closes his door and locks it, and then patters over to where Anya is. And it's like, it continues to surprise me you can do all this so well when you can't even see. I should move on my own feet half the time. But he reaches out and takes her hand. It's very warm now because he's summer.
She assists him in pulling him up onto him coming up onto the roof.
Yeah.
And then she finds the spot where she usually sits and sits down, hugging her knees a little bit.
But he kind of like carefully makes his way over. And he kind of just like stands there staring out over the city for a little while. And then he carefully readjusts his like bearing and sits down next to her and flicks his ears back. It's just very quiet, but it's like close enough that like they're just touching on their sides.
The view is beautiful up here, no?
It is pretty nice. Do you want me to describe it?
No, I am. In an unusual twist that does not happen often, I have seen it before now.
Ah, that's right. You put the context in for a while after. It is nice. It's a nice view. It's an interesting city, I guess.
It's quiet. Like, not quiet at all, but the sounds and watching people come and go, and
Comforting.
even the movement of members of the organization. It makes everything feel a little bit further away.
Yeah, no, it's true. Different from the mad dash for everything, I guess.
Life
the forest and yeah.
Life is still moving on and happening, no matter what huge thing is looming over everyone or no one.
Yeah, that's it. And probably in Durham, I don't know what they're doing now, but it's probably pretty normal for people over there. It's crazy to think this sort of stuff's been going on for so long down here. But even here in the city, it still seems normal. People are going about their day.
Find normal in Bertie. You scared me today.
His like body kind of tenses a little bit next to her, but he doesn't give any other indication. He doesn't say anything.
I wasn't afraid of you. I don't think I ever could be, and that's not a credit to any form of lack of power or capability on your part, but more because I know you. And
That's fair. I can be pretty scary sometimes, but not in those sorts of ways.
no, it's
Yeah.
you can be scary in those ways too, but not to me.
I know. He touched her, like her knee or something like that, just like a pat. Then returns it to his side.
I feel like I am repeating a few conversations recently, and I don't want any of you to think that it is me not moving on or not getting better in and of my own right, because I am.
But he slides his hand back and tries to take her hand in his.
She takes it
closer to her. Yeah.
and she gives it a little squeeze.
Yeah.
And
She
she's
still
like,
has the indication he's still just looking out.
yeah. Each person here in our wild little group keeps finding ways to remind me of myself. And when I am trying really hard, and I feel like it is working, like it's not always, but it is working. But today, you scared me because you were the first days after Bryn weren't good. And I'd lost sight in more than just the physical sense, and I don't want that for you, Bertie. I know things are hard and how painful it is without him and how much you want revenge. But you can't lose yourself too. Your anger is justified, but I had to pull you out of that today. I don't want to lose you to some stupid flesh coven or some guy who is already dead. You killed him today, and he deserved it. And you did so good, Bertie. Let that be enough.
And Bertie next to Anya while she's talking, she can tell because they're sitting so close, his breathing gets a lot tighter, and his body tenses more as she continues to talk, and visually his ears are pushed back against the back of his head, but he's still looking out across the city, and when she says that final part there, he does turn to look at her, and his hand is a bit shaky, or he's still holding her hand, and he's like, yeah, I'm you're right, it's enough. I don't know why it was like that, but it was like I just couldn't see anymore. You're right. And it's good. It got the fight done, so that's good. It's all the training I've been doing since last year, and recently It's good. But I don't know what's... No one here now, out of my friends, is as powerful as I am now. I died, and now my magic's always been kind of something I've liked about myself. Even with Thorth and Tathara, that was something that gave me comfort and strength. And I said before I spoke to Pethis when I died. I guess the full part of it is I made a pact with him because I wanted that power. I wanted that power to, after I lost him and I lost Thorth and Tathara, which was good. Both of those things were good. No offense, Pethis. It wasn't right for me at the time. It was really hard to... difficult in a different way, but similar, I guess, to how you're still trying to find your feet after Asmodeus. The reshaping of that magic, I guess. And... well, yeah, as I said, we made an agreement. Different from either time, I guess. So... but now it's easy to harness that magic. Because I made a promise, and I made a pact. And it's... I don't know. I just feel really sad and really mad all the time, so... it's just a way to let that out. I know it's not good. Because it scared me too then. And when stuff started falling around, the fact that it had to be you dragging me away was not good. And I can feel like he's crying a bit now because she did a little drop on her hand. And he kind of like looks back out again. He's like, I didn't talk about it at length before, but well, I don't know, when I killed that really, really gross brain thing, my god, that was disgusting. You are lucky you could not see it. Apart from, you know, the fun descriptions I had. It was really gross. I kind of just exploded with energy. It was great. I felt in control of stuff. It was really good. But... and then, you know, I saw what that... the apprentice or something? I don't know. Was trying to do an inhuman. He could have died then. And Sam died. So I had to go in and protect Newman and the rest of us. And then when the Magister turned up, I wanted to do the same thing because I want to protect everyone here, and it's a good way. Well, we have to kill the Magisters so we can get to the end point, I guess. So I just couldn't think, and I gotta be more mindful, I guess. But the crux of it is, I suppose, I was feeling pretty confident, actually. Feeling more powerful than I have in a long time. And when I died, I couldn't do much. Caius couldn't do much. He tried to protect me, and he couldn't. So we decided to call it off, as well as you know now. And... well, I don't know what state I was in when you guys found me, but I got it wasn't a sword blow that killed me. It was these creatures that apparently the wizards have been working on. I've never seen them before in my life, but when I got grabbed by the Magister, it was the same problem. Couldn't get out, and I guess that I couldn't see properly then. So that's probably why. That's why you had to remind me to leave. Which is crazy. But there we go. I don't need extra time like I did before. I just gotta think of different way to look at stuff, I guess. But thank you for helping me.
Anya, she pulls the back of his hand up and she kisses him on the back of the hand and just sort of rests her head, like her cheek against the back of his hand. And she's like, I'm sorry, Bertie, that would have been terrifying. I think I understand a bit better now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, there's stuff all throughout your life that will remind you of things that are not good. I mean, it's stupid stuff, like when I was with Sarah or something like that, he'd always talk a certain way, and then when, even when I met you, when I met you first, people talk over the top of me or, not threaten me, you never did that, but, that kind of stuff.
I threatened you.
Yeah, you did. He didn't. So, you're somehow that's still better.
Yes.
But yeah, you still remember that stuff. But I guess I wasn't ready for this to happen. But I'll be okay. I just need to. I don't know.
It's different, but
yeah.
I was worried before that maybe you were trying to be him, or not replace him, but fill that spot.
You're right.
And
I have been, so that's what we need. That's what I need.
No, Bertie.
But and I can do it. I just need to not get caught.
Bertie, we don't need you to be Kharas. You don't need you to be Kharas. If this is helping you feel stronger and feel in control, then that's amazing. But you don't need to be anyone else or try to be anyone else to do it. Okay?
Yeah.
And trust me. And she's starting to tear up a little bit. She's like, it doesn't end up the way you think. You can put someone on a pedestal and try and stand up there. It just shows the flaws of that person, and that might not be something you're ready to hear. When you're grieving someone, you don't want to see the holes in who they were.
I know. It's okay. I was pretty aware of it. You're probably the most aware of a lot of the flaws he has. I guess just the problem is that's not the distance. I know back when we were fighting, that was the biggest thing I was worried about. That's why I wanted him to work with me, because he wanted to work alone at the expense of himself, to protect everyone else. And oh boy, I guess you're putting it this way. It's not great. I'm doing the same thing, but
Yeah.
I just haven't had that clarity. But you're right.
I'm sorry. I know how that can be. I just...
Yeah.
I care very much about you, Bertie. Everyone here does. Kharas does. And he cares about you, not... None of us care about power or strength or filling the holes of the people that are left. We care about those that are here and those that are gone, not the holes that they left. Okay?
Yeah.
But if this is helping you, keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes open too.
Yeah, no, it is. I still want to keep doing this. It's good. Just gives me something to focus towards, but
It feels... Your magic is different now, but it doesn't feel wrong. It doesn't feel like it doesn't fit. It doesn't feel... In a way, it's just as strong, but not as... Before you smelt magically, overwhelmingly floral and almost like a push, like you had just been shoved into a field of poppies. Now it's not just the flowers. It's the way that the stream brings up the minerals from the rocks. It's the smell of the leaves rustling in the trees. It's the dirt that the earthworms are wriggling about in. And it's the flowers. It's different. Still as strong, but different. Still you.
yeah.
Try to hold on to that.
I will. Thank you. I hope things are okay with you. It must be hard seeing everyone like this.
It's...
With so much magic everywhere.
It's a double-edged sword. I am doing the best I ever have while watching the people around me suffer in ways that I have. And that's hard. I'm doing the best I ever have in a world where things are about to turn upside down. I am so fortunate to be doing this with the people that I am. That's what I'm trying to focus on. And to focus on being myself, but also being who you all need me to be, and that being the same.
Yeah, no, that's good. You being you is good. Thanks for this. I'm glad to hear it. If you need to talk about anything, let me know. But I wouldn't mind sitting out here for a while with you.
I needed this as much as you did, Bertie. I wanted to be with a friend and to make sure that he was still himself.
Not fully, and I won't be for a while. Not until this is sorted, but thank you for reminding me, I guess. It's good.
Pain is still a part of you, Bertie. Even if it doesn't make you feel whole.
Yeah.
She gives him a little kiss on the back of his hand again, and then probably just rests her head on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And just sits there for a while.
Yeah.
Neumann and Ross, is there anything that either of you are doing?
Newman's currently asleep at Bertie's door with a pile of identifiables in his arms.
Oh no, Newman!
he just missed, because he had a shower too, so he just missed Bertie. And so, he knocked and then, noticed he wasn't there, and so went back to his room, and then came back, and he still wasn't there. So he just, waited there for a bit, and, by the sounds of it, these two are going to be up on the roof for quite some time, so...
It's okay, Jay. You know what?
They will eventually come down.
Yeah. So I'm guessing it's getting pretty late in the night, and Newman's had a big day, so he's just, asleep at Bertie's door.
Which means Ross would find him while she's carrying a large tray of food. And she's walking past... Newman? Nooms? Noomy, buddy.
Well, what's going on?
Why are you sleeping in the hallway, bud?
I'm waiting for... I'm waiting for Bertie. They'd said they'd help me out. I don't know where they are. I could probably use the what time is it?
What time is it?
I guess probably...
I mean, I don't know. I thought we went on this mission at dawn. I thought it was lunchtime.
Yeah. Yeah, probably around lunchtime.
Newman had a big morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was picturing it still being during the day. But,
Yeah. Whips.
But Newman, it's been a big morning. It's not out of reason for him to be having a cheeky cat nap.
Yeah.
It's 2 p.m. Nooms.
Oh. I've been here since 1. Look.
I mean, if he's with Anya, I might know where he is.
It's fine. I'll just use and he taps the side of his head at the earrings. I'll just use those, I guess. What am I doing? Bertie, that's right. And he'll tap the earrings,
Honey.
and he'll say, he'll say, hey Bertie, no rush. Just wondering where you are. I've got all that stuff to identify. But I don't want to... You do what you want to do. Just want to know how much longer you're going to be.
Anya, was this on open channel or was this direct to Bertie?
No, this is
open channel. Anya will call out verbally, because the way I've pictured it is at the end of the hallway is a window, and then Bertie's room, and inside Bertie's room there is also a window. That's how I've pictured it the entire time. Darby, tell me if that's incorrect.
No, that seems about right.
Yeah. Anya calls out and she's like, we're on the roof. Come up. You're welcome.
Is it easy to get on the roof?
You're a cat. You have a climb speed.
I also have a lot of things on me. And he's
you
just
have a climb
up.
speed.
Newman,
Just hush.
Newman, I know.
It's role play. Just hush. Fine. Newman uses his climb speed to go up the top because he is statistically able.
As he's doing that, Ross is like, I know a way to get up there that's not... Okay, I'll meet you up there.
Thanks, Ross.
You have a tail to grab things. I'm just saying it's not outside of the world of reason for him to have pockets.
He just woke up.
Roll of disadvantage, Jake.
Sure.
For the climb speed that you can do automatically.
Oh, that's what custom skill 3 was. That was my climb speed check.
You're gonna give Darby aneurysm right now.
I think I'm going to use inspiration for this. Newman's up there now, and he has got quite a few things in his arms. He has a few potions, a rod, doesn't look like the ruby rod, I'm guessing. Just because nothing was specified.
Yeah, so it's this
2
rod
spell
is-
scrolls and yet another potion.
Yeah, this rod is more of a kind of obsidian with almost tentacle-like wrappings on one end, adorning the head of it.
Bertie first is like, Neumann, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize how soon. I kind of got a bit carried away. Sorry about that. And then he looks at the bundle of stuff that Neumann's carrying. He looks at the rod that Darby's just described. He's like, I'm gonna make no comments about what some of these look like, or the relation to things I already own. Okay, cool. So, sorry about that. He kind of scrubs his eyes a bit, and you kind of see his glamour kind of warp a bit so that he looks less makeup smudged. And he's like, okay, cool. All right. Scoot about. Which one do you want first? I'm sorry about that, Neumann. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm clean. I'm happy. Yeah. Ross should be here soon, too, and I know maybe Sam. I don't know. I probably should have asked. I didn't think. Sam still doesn't have an ear ring, do they?
No.
They don't even know we're here. Okay.
Is that something you can make at all?
Maybe.
The
stones, yes, easy peasy, but the earrings will take more time.
Given everything, and please tell me if this is out of line, and I do want to say this before Ravari gets here, in case, but I think it's about time we cut him just a little bit of slack. He did die today. Not we can still make fun of him and Ravari, obviously, but just on the,
Sorry, just had a sudden thought. We probably shouldn't use the open channel anymore.
Yeah.
Could Kai still have his earring?
Well,
the open channel has a restricted range.
Yeah, it has a range, so we can't. It's 500 feet or something like that.
They would have to be pulling some very tricky shit for that, Newman.
That's something I want to look into, actually. But
I just don't want to give them any more of an advantage than they already have. Fair enough. Anyways,
maybe that can be something we look into with Promise and Jägel and the team.
Yeah. Sorry, my mind's a bit all over the place at the moment. I think best when I'm asleep, and it's all coming back to me right now. You wanted to start with one of them. Let's go with the suspicious-looking Tentacle Rod.
yes, the one that definitely doesn't look like her.
Yeah, you don't have to say it. I know what you're about to say. Let's hope it's not that.
It's
why?
I'm not going to say anymore. Okay, let's identify this. So Bertie kind of Oh boy, actually, I was gonna really quickly double check. I don't know if he's. I'm pretty sure he has an identifier still. Oh.
How funny if you didn't.
I have a feeling I don't.
He doesn't.
Oh, no.
He hasn't rescribed it into his
shit.
tome.
Cool. So Betty's just like, oh no. Well, he doesn't because I don't have the access to it to rescribe it.
Yep.
So Bertie pops his book open and he's like tries to go around to like do his the motions of the spell. He's like, I'm not picking up anything from it. Huh.
Do you have identify? Are you able to cast it or?
I don't get it. And he like he grabs his book and he's like, oh. Neumann, I'm really sorry. I can't feel it anymore.
That's fine. That's pretty funny though.
I'm
look, it's
sorry.
okay.
How long were you waiting for? That's ridiculous.
Not long at all.
I'll find a way to do it. Don't worry.
at all.
I'll reverse engineer. I've cast it before. There must be a different way of doing it. It'll
While
be fine.
they're doing
Your own
this,
time.
Anya, with her own cantrip, messages Yadel and is like, hi, Anya here. Is there any chance you can send someone who can cast Identify up to the roof? Thanks.
I will send
Anya.
someone up.
I'm so sorry, Neumann. It's
It's all good.
everything
I'll
changed
just do
after
it in It's all good. I understand the stuff you've been going through, or I like to think I do a little bit. So that's perfectly fine. I can just do it in the morning. It's all good.
One of
can't do it
Yadel's
today.
one of Yadel's team is on their way up to
Oh,
identify. I
Oh,
shot
but,
a message.
I hope I don't have to pay them.
You won't have to pay them. We literally just fought a flesh dungeon for them. If they try to charge you, Neumann, send them to me. And her face is like,
And you'll pay for it?
not even joking, like stone serious. It's like, just send them to me. They will find out what the cost is.
Do not kill them.
It will not be death. They might wish for it.
Oh, I'm really sorry about this. I'll find a way to fix that. That's well, boy, cool. Well, in my professional opinion, this looks like a thing that I will not describe, but I hope it's not, because that would be. Where did you get it from? It was from one of the people we killed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was Salix.
Hopefully not the thing I'm thinking of then.
As long as it's not a flesh chew, you're welcome to describe it.
Neumann kind of like taps it on the surface of the roof and like listens to it like reverberate. Is it like crystal or is it like metal or?
No, it's
or is it flesh?
Does it splat like flesh?
It does not.
Good.
It looks like it's quite
It's-
dense and hard, is all I can say.
It has like a kind of obsidian handle with some golden trimming, essentially, and
Right.
yeah, the tentacle end is three. It's got an almost rubbery texture to them.
Oh no.
Darby, you're not making this better.
This
Anya
is
can't
what.
Stop
This
describing
is-
magical rods sexually.
This is what the material of the item is described as in the Dungeon Master's
Oh
Guide.
no. Bertie is still sitting next to Anya, but he just feels a bit hotter all of a sudden. He just looks very flustered. Like, the less we talk about this, the better, actually. I'm
Neumann
sure.
kind of just slides it into the middle of the three of us. And he continues going through the other stuff. It's kind of just like laying there.
Oh boy. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the rest of the stuff is a mixture of potions and scrolls.
Surely, Bertie, can I roll something to at least identify like a scroll or a potion? He sells them.
Yeah,
I don't have
I'll
identified.
allow an
Thank you.
Arcana check. For,
An Arcana
and-
check.
I'd say for the. Yeah, give me a. Give me a roll, and I'll, based on that, tell you.
Okay, cool. And Bertie's like, give me some of the potions or something, or one of the scrolls. I'll have a look at one of them. We'll see if I've that's my business after all. Cool. I rolled a natural 17, Darby.
Okay, so I think
So with Arcana, that's 23.
23. Okay, so with that, so you're able to identify one of them is some form of potion of healing. Another seems to be similar, but it doesn't quite appear to be a potion of healing in this typical sense. The scrolls you're able to identify as scrolls of feeble mind and mental prison. And one other potion you're able to identify from the very solidly identifiable contents of it.
It's a sending scroll.
No, this is
not a sending scroll, an identify scroll.
No, this is one of the potions.
Yeah.
So it has
Potion of identify.
Yeah.
It has a
That's
giant fingernail in it, floating in it, and seems to have a dark, cloudy coloration, and occasionally gives off sparks. And you're able to identify that this is a potion of storm giant strength.
Oh.
Mentally in my head, I was like, I know this one,
character.
I know this one. And the vindication of actually knowing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So Bertie kind of like sorts out like the healing potions in little section. Healing-esque potions. And he describes like the scrolls to Neumann. He looks a little bit uncomfortable because like stuff like Feeble Mind is a pretty spell. But like and then also like the potion of Storm Giant Strength. He keeps looking at the rod while he's doing this. But previously everybody's quite like tense and upset when he was talking to Anya. He has relaxed a lot more now that he's babbling about this kind of stuff, and he did genuinely look quite like upset that he couldn't cast identify as well, because Bertie's gone through a lot of phases where he's had spells that people have relied on him for that he suddenly can't do anymore. But he's, after like looking through these things, he's a lot more comfortable and just babbling on about them a bit as well.
Yeah. Something of note that's been going on in the chat that Anya is aware of, but Bertie and Neumann aren't. You do have someone listening in.
So probably while Bertie was doing all the like potions and says Sam was probably going to his room at that point, and she was like, do you want to come along? So he's with her. For the audience's sake, I rolled a nat 20, which is a 27 stealth, which I believe, means everyone except Anya doesn't know Ross is there. So she's like standing there with a tray full of food, just sitting there like, when's a good moment to like butt in? And she's kind of looking around, trying to see if there's a way she can like maybe sneakily slide food into the group without interrupting, because there seems to be important stuff going on. And then she looks around and she stops. She freezes. And while you're all just chattering, you just hear, When did you all get a sex toy?
Bertie like physically jumps.
That's... You've been standing there for like
It does seem
2
concerning.
minutes.
It does
That's
seem.
the first thing.
It does seem concerning that it has 3 tentacles.
I mean, it's only concerning if you know you can take it, but like, oh my God, we haven't ascertained. It's probably just a 1. We don't know. It does appear to be rubbery though, which is Neumann got it off the Magister.
Sam, you didn't mention the Magisters were into shit like that.
I didn't know.
Well, some source of information you are. Anyway, I brought food.
I was working with Zach.
I brought food.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
And Ross like puts the tray down on the ground and just kind of eyes the rod warily, and then goes, the one with mayonnaise is for Neumann. And then
Are we going to leave that out for when Yable's... well, I suppose they're identifying it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yep. No, they're going to specifically come and take a look at it, so who knows? Cool. Which one's the ones with the mayonnaise stuff on it? Did you, number one, did you get that from the kitchen, or is it from Neumann's jug?
kitchen.
Okay. Cool. Good.
All right.
Yeah, she gives Neumann his food, and then she gives Anya and Bertie their food, and then looks at the 2 plates of food left and goes, are you 3 like having a meeting? Like, do you want me to leave? I can leave.
Sit down, Rovari. Good God. You've been up here before.
We're just having a discussion about a sex toy, so you know, apparently. So there we go.
Okay, just like college. Okay, let's go. She sits down and then like pats the spot next to her for Sam and then hands him his food and starts eating.
You say that. I don't think we ever had a present example during those discussions.
Maybe
no.
that's because someone's a coward.
Yeah, I mean, well, I never went to college, so I can't make any comments on that.
I also didn't go to college. I'm only assuming based off current evidence.
Yeah.
Just takes it.
It's like, yeah, I'm a coward.
There's, I guess, what
no.
are folks' passive insights?
I'm so afeared of what you're about to say.
I mean, no,
27.
yeah, but you can't see his face, so like, yeah, no one's able to kind of read his
Do you want
face.
me to roll an insight then?
No, it's there's a,
yeah, you know
there's
you
a
don't
there's
want me
a
to roll an
face
insight.
there's a face he's making, so you would automatically fail on it anyway.
That's a 19.
Yeah, the face actually. He's not necessarily trying to hide it. It's there's an expression of like, oh, if only you knew, in like Anya's direction.
Ross learns a new fact.
Don't worry,
and
Sam.
She can't comprehend.
Don't worry, Sam. With the passive perception and insight she has, and the fact that you've been around for this long, she knows.
I don't know whether Ross would necessarily be learning anything new from gleaning that expression.
No.
No, but she's uncomfortable.
Understandable. We have a tentacle rod in the middle of that conversation.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yes. Bertie takes a little handkerchief out of his pocket and just puts it carefully over the tentacle rod as we continue to eat and wait for
Like a dead body?
yes. There we go, now we don't have to look at it. Anyway. Cool.
Thank you, Bertie. I prefer that. At least while I'm eating.
That's fair. It's understandable. Cool. I suppose this isn't the worst thing we've seen today, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, as far as flesh prisons.
Actually, yeah, this is not this is not even the 10th phallus I've seen today, considering the flesh Johnson. So there we go. A nice lunch. Good job.
Thanks.
Over the course of lunch, Sam is gonna cast a prayer of healing over the group at 8th level. So anyone who needs it regains 40 hit points.
Oh, thanks, Sam. I did need that.
Also needed that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't remember how
Welcome back to full
sorcerers
health,
work.
baby.
Do they get sorcery points back in a short rest?
Long rest.
Long rest. Okay, that's fine.
But you can exchange spell slots out for sorcery points if you want.
No, it's not that important. Do we eventually have one of Yadel's
Yeah. So eventually,
folks come up?
eventually a mage is sent up. So the sum total of the items. So there is the Feeble Mind Scroll. The Potion of Healing is a potion of supreme healing. The potion is
potion collection.
The potion.
He really should have used that.
Then there's the Potion of Storm Drone Strength he worked out. There is the one that is similar to but different to the Potion of Healing is an Elixir of Health. So that is when you drink an Elixir of Health, it cures any disease affecting you, and it removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions if they are affecting you in some temporary way.
Oh, pretty good one. Yeah.
There is again, spell scroll, mental prison. There is a potion of heroism.
Nice.
Which gives you, for 1 hour after drinking it, 10 temporary hit points. And for the same duration, you are under the effect of a bless spell. And then a potion of vitality, which removes any exhaustion you are suffering from and cures any disease or poison affecting you. Additionally, for the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend. Finally, the Tentacle Rod is the item name in D&D Beyond is Tentacle Rod. So it is a magic weapon, requires attunement, and it ends in 3 rubbery tentacles. While holding the rod, you can use an action to direct each tentacle to attack a creature you can see within 15 feet of you. Each tentacle... for audio listeners, I'm laughing because Eddie is violently shaking his head as I describe this item. Each tentacle makes a melee attack roll with a +9 bonus. On a hit, the tentacle deals 1d6 bludgeoning damage. If you hit a target with all 3 tentacles, it must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw. On a failure, the creature's speed is halved. It has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws, and it can't use reactions for 1 minute. Moreover, on each of its turns, it can take either an action or a bonus action, but not both. At the end of each of its turns, it can repeat the saving throw, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Bertie looks very flustered the whole time they're describing this. Like, It's just like the noises he's making while they're describing this the tentacle rod.
Oh dear.
Especially considering he used to have like black tentacles as a spell. So whoever's sitting next to him was like, okay.
This kind of sounds like it does what the spell you saved us from the airship did, Bertie.
Yeah, it certainly does. It's kind of becoming pretty handy before then too. That's it does sound. Huh? What about
Maybe you should
Do you
take
want it?
that one, Bertie. And then in a message she goes, for when you get Kharas back.
Anya!
You didn't hear that.
No, that's me, Zoe.
Yeah, you can take it if you want.
No. I imagine.
Jake, no.
I imagine Bertie, when Bertie's like, oh, and then when like Bertie was like just taking a swig of the flask that he's brought up with him probably, and then Anya sends him that message. He's full on spits the drink out of his. Yeah, no.
You all right there, Bertie?
Can't brain well right now. Yeah, no, that's really useful. Yeah, I think I can get a lot out of it. You're very right, Anya.
Does it require attunement?
Yes.
Damn it. Newman's going to use it to help him eat sandwiches.
I mean, you could just pick it up, stick it into the sandwich like a spoon, a horrible spoon.
Okay, well, if you don't want it, then Ross?
Oh, no. Yeah, no. I think I can definitely use it.
All right, he circles back around, but it goes in front of Anya's face for a little bit, and then goes back to Bertie. Yeah, there you go. What's the wizard doing? It's did the wizard describe this professionally?
Yeah.
Does he realize how much of an immature party we are?
Nope.
Is he really wanting to leave?
I want the audience
do
to
you
know he's a 10 out of 10 on the hotness scale too.
Or 4. Probably just described it incredibly sexily then.
Do you want some sandwiches? We got sandwiches.
I am fine.
Do we have to pay you?
No.
We can pay in sandwiches.
No, I
These
work.
sandwiches came from their tavern, Neumann.
Yes, and he's helped us, so we should help him.
By giving him
he scratches our back,
their
we
own
scratch
sandwiches
his back.
back.
Well, I'm sure the sandwiches weren't only for him, but now they can be.
Fine.
Human
Would
offers
you
him
like a sandwich?
anyways. He's got a sandwich in his face now.
I am fine. Thanks.
Well, what's your name, anyways?
Cothwin.
Ooh, nice. Well, thank you very much, Cothwin. Yeah. I don't know. What's happening in town today? Any big news apart from the stuff we did?
No, not at this stage. I don't know if there are any orders to be sent out today. Anything that you are planning to send people into the field for research or bolstering efforts?
I might have something in mind, but I think I'll speak to Yadel a little bit later about that. But yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, Cothwin. That's a fun name to say. That's a very fun name to say. Cothwin.
Is that how you pronounce your name? I'm not sure. He just said it, and that's
Cothwin.
Cothwin.
Yes,
Okay.
Cothwin.
Pleasure doing
I'm Neumann.
business, Coughlin.
Of course. And he departs.
Probably a good call.
With haste. Now, does he climb down using his climbing speed, or does he take the easy?
He uses Misty Step.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that Zoe has established that there's stairs or a ladder.
Everyone in this tavern is a show-off. Everyone in this tavern is either an acrobat or a magician, and they don't give a shit. They're like, nah. We gotta be weird. And Ross is the only person taking the fucking stairs because someone cares about leg day in this tavern, and it's me.
Yeah, Anya, meanwhile, is just like all about that core strength, baby.
Yep.
Neumann is like, the Magisters, they expect us to use the stairs. They expect us to take the easy way. No, we're not going to do that. They could lay a trap there for all we could know.
This is not what I expected this episode to be.
We broke
Very fun.
Yay, we won D&D. We broke
Darby's just angry because he was going to put an entire army in that stairwell. But now he can't because we were onto him.
No one uses the stairs like a normal human. Incredible.
An entire 500-man army in that stairwell.
So, you all have your lunch. And what would you like to do with your afternoons?
Well,
Explore that tentacle rod.
I'm gonna. I have to attune to it, don't I?
If that's what you want to call it, sure.
Not my favorite could climb easily through my window. Yes. Bertie is going. It depends on what other people want to do. Bertie probably will. Retreat to his room to attune to the rod when he might save that for the evening. He does mention. Oh yeah, before you go, he'll be like, actually, I've been thinking about Anya. I assume a lot of people are kind of ducking, getting ready to do whatever. And Neumann and Ross, you guys have been planning a lot more with the Concord about things they've been doing. Do you know exactly what sort of stuff we've managed to achieve? So I've kind of just been training the whole time. I know you guys had some projects you were working on.
Well, I know that I've started the Concord using a code I made up, which I think seems to be working pretty well. Most communications go through that, or just the important ones anyways, which is pretty good. So that's sort of bolstered the way we communicate and the security of our communications. So that's pretty good.
That's fantastic.
And then
I was able to place some agents in the field, I guess, to spread rumor and misinformation about our actions and plans. Just a few different stories, leads for the wizards to chase.
It's
just
really
to get them
clever.
off the trail.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Use their tactics against us, I guess. I mean, against them.
Yeah.
They already use
I've
it
been-
against us.
Yeah.
I've been looking into a lot of information about the Magisters and just trying to gather as much of that as possible, and Sam's been working on our communication, especially with the help of Neumann's new language.
Yeah,
So-
no. Y'all have been really, really, really busy with everything. That's really good. Well actually, Sam,
Yes.
I kind of heard you. I was having a moment when I came back to, when the thing happened. But I did hear you mention some kind of like mage slayer beast or something. Was that what you thought happened when the investigation into Kira's lair went wrong?
Yes. Is that ringing true? I don't know how much you remember of.
I'm remembering more and more. I remembered a lot in that last fight we were doing.
But yes, they are arcane experimentations that the wizards have to deal with those who also have magic.
Yeah, that sounds about right. They screwed a lot of stuff up. Especially with Kharas. Well, lucky I guess we didn't see them at the meat dungeon. Even if we saw lots of fun flesh appendages. But we're most likely to be running into more of them.
I'd imagine so.
Does the Concord have much information about them? Can I help with that?
From what we know,
find out more.
From what we know, they are used more in the employ of the Magisters that are less reliant on their magic. So of the remaining ones, Kira, who's more reliant on, who is as reliant on her mechanics as she is. As she is magic, and Vileblight, who is just as threatening, just for their draconic traits.
Yeah, that's fair. Dragons are pretty scary.
Further research would definitely help, though.
Yeah, if I can help with any of that or talk to people about that, that would be good. If you can.
It may be worth organizing with Yedel for a project specifically for that.
Yeah, if there's a way to talk about it, I don't want that to happen again to anyone.
I think you would like her, Bertie.
Good. I'll look forward to meeting her. I might sort that out then. Get my afternoon busy, and then I might look into the stuff we got.
All right.
He pockets the rod. We'll scramble down to do that. So that's what Bertie's going to do for that arbor.
Okay, so it sounds like we are getting a bit tight in over the next couple of days what people are planning to do with intrigue, with domain turns versus how many domain turns there are left. So that sounds like Bertie definitely wants to.
He doesn't have to do that this Arvo, but
but he wants to in the coming days do some research on the Mage Slayers. There still is the matter of the diplomatic expedition that Rook is heading to try to get the Ganassi on side, and quite possibly more with the communications as well. Particularly the ability to put in a vulnerability to one of your big bads. So that seems to be 3 things, and there are 4 domain turns remaining.
I don't know whether this will necessarily be a domain turn or whether it can be interpreted into a domain turn, but Anya's plans probably over the afternoon and the next couple of days is to seek out a way to get Sam linked into the earring system.
Okay. We could put that as that final like
only if someone else has a pressing domain turn, this could be completely separate from that, but otherwise it could just fill that final slot.
Yeah, so it could
that's
be
like a gathering of resources or a bolstering communication or a whichever way you would like to flavor that. That's the specific interpretation that Anya is going to be doing over the next couple of days.
All right.
And Neumann was going to ask what our next move was as well, because he was hoping to either, one, if we didn't know, find out the current doings of all of the Dread Magisters, or as many as he could find out about. So maybe we could find some kind of opportune time to, let's say, eliminate them one by one for as long as we can doing that. Or if we did have someone in mind, find out more information about what they're doing specifically. But he was going to mention that in the little talking part earlier. But that's what he wanted to do.
So you do know there are 3 Dread Magisters left. There's obviously Taven, there's Kira, and there is Vileblight. You could probably get info on Vileblight even without a domain turn by reaching out to your contact on the inside. Your little blue dragon friend.
Little. Oh no, there's bigger dragons.
But if you wanted to go more in depth, then that would probably have to be an espionage check.
But yeah, so Neumann's like, that's not top priority, but if we wanted to make our next move easier, it might be worth it.
I'd almost say take that as the last domain action, because that way that seems to take more priority, and getting just Sam a headpiece is more integral to like our own party's benefit than
so you just go shopping
benefit.
and get the messenger ring.
Exactly.
So
Neumann could fashion something up.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you can go out and go shopping and getting him a messenger ring. The difficulty is going to be tuning it into the rest of yours.
Yeah, but Anya's happy for that to be what she's doing over the next 4 days in congregation with whoever's around.
Yeah, so you'd be able to source that over the next couple of days, and you have a very much adept artificer to kind of reverse engineer your...
I thought you were going to say she's very much adept at being scary enough for people to do what she wants them to, which is also true.
Too.
Yeah.
But yes, okay. So, looks like we roughly have our domain turns coming up. So what one is occurring today? What do people feel is the most pressing thing?
Well, I believe Bertie was going to do his this afternoon.
So, Bertie, if you're going to spend some time this afternoon doing some research, sending some people out into the field to see what they can pick up, and kind of working that all out and comparing it to your own experience with the arcane and the eldritch, and even using some of your magic that you now have access to kind of look to Fethis for guidance and to point you in the right direction. Can you roll me a lore check? And
Alrighty.
because you have not acted and you have proficiency in the appropriate skill, you can use your proficiency bonus on this as well.
Alright, excellent. So I will roll. I rolled a 9, so I'm going to burn my inspiration that I have for Bertie. And we'll roll again.
Alright.
For another dice. What is that? Okay. So that's a 16 plus 3 for lore, and then my proficiency bonus is a plus 9, I believe.
So 25.
So 25. No, 16 plus 3 plus 9, 28.
How is your proficiency bonus 9?
Oh, I thought. Okay. Brain blank. That's right.
Yeah.
Whatever you said it was, that's what it is. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, very, very successful.
Excellent.
Yeah, so you're able to work out, that so these Mage Slayer beasts, you have the there are 3 main varieties that you've that your research seems to indicate. So there are the kind of canine or feline quadruped Aeorian absorbers.
Yes.
The absorbers. I'm using the Aeorian hunters stat blocks for these. So they are. Yeah, so they are the ones that you identified as having so they had an eyeball on the end of their tail, and they had a tail array that was quite nasty in that it could send back some of the magical damage dealt to it to the spellcaster who attacks it.
Yep.
You also know, this was, if memory serves, this was the creature that actually...
It bounced healing back onto Bertie, yes, if listeners remember.
The healing was the reverser.
Oh, the reverser, that's right. The other one, yes,
no,
the other one's one that had killed Bertie, I believe. Yeah.
So they all have... they all have dark vision. They are all immune to both radiant and necrotic damage.
Yep. Has Bertie discovered in that combat, I believe, as well.
They have some level of natural armor, but they don't seem particularly like they don't seem like they'd be particularly difficult to attack, and they are reasonably intelligent for these bestial monstrosities.
Fair enough. Excellent.
The nullifier, the one with all the mouths along its torso.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
And the snake-like head has a sort of kind of gnashing that has a way of worming its way into people's minds nearby. And they're all magic resistant. So they have advantage on saving throws against spells. The absorber has the ability to create fields of anti-magic, as well as stop magical effects through counterspell and dispel magic, and make them redundant through things like detect magic and see invisibility. And the reverser is a nasty one in that it can any healing that occurs close enough to it gets negated, and the creature who would be healed is instead damaged.
Yes, as listeners remember, that happened to Bertie.
Yes.
Via Kharas. Excellent. So yeah, Bertie is very serious and very steely while they were discussing all of that. But he does feel more relieved, I suppose, once we've kind of covered that and gone over the things and confirmed them. Excellent. Then, in that evening, whatever happens next week, unless he wants to talk to other people, he's going to retire to his room and attune to the Tentacle Rod. Good night, everyone.
All right. And yeah, that is where we're going to leave it for this week.
Have a great week, everyone.
As always, I'm so sorry for listening.
Sorry for listening. This was an interesting one.
See
you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Handsome man, handsome man. You are such a handsome man, such a handsome man. Okay. Yeah, I took it too far, I know. My little boy ran away.